Everybody, and welcome to Let's Build Live from Oak Hill Works. How are you all doing? I hope you are well. So good to say that again. It is fantastic to be back. So I didn't know I needed a month off, but I needed a month off. And what a month it's been. Good evening, Robot Monkey. Good evening, Hadborn. Good evening, the Doctor. Welcome all. Everything except for my hearing is in fact fine. Excellent. That is what I like to hear. It's exclamation mark, then terriers. Lewis. And I have 41 of them now. I need to update that. I don't even know how it's got that, because those numbers don't even add up right. Darn it, have I broken my terrier commands? Because I have got 2 of them, you know. There we go. You can update you can try the terrier command again. It's a good command, that one. Yeah, I say, what a month it's been. We've missed lots of me promoting the shops, South Eastern Chat and Break Van, although you at least all knew about that. And more importantly, you've missed the shop's new exclusive, the Lined Black LBSC E1, because we are having our own E1. In fact, we're having 2 of them. Exclamation mark exclusives in the chat, or exclamation mark collection in the chat, or links to the shop's exclusives. The Break Van and both the E1s currently. Can't say any more than that, but if you're on my Discord, you know what might be coming soon. And yes, as Lenny says, don't forget to smash or gently tap the like button, whatever is best for you. Other news we have missed is, as Lenny is pointing out, these South Eastern and Chatham 6-wheel push-pull set, soon to be available from Oak Hill Works. Oh yeah. Even if not having well, great to be back, haven't been too chipper, but thanks for your kind personal message. Very much appreciated. Oh, well, hello, Bob. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well now. So this nice push-pull set looks great behind the Hatton's P-Class and will be available for you to purchase from Oak Hill Works very, very soon. £100 for this full set of 3. Comes with all the parts to build them up. We've got nice detailed underframes, and of course they do say they have that wonderful manufacturer mark on the bottom. Doesn't that look glorious? I think so. This sat here in front of us is the first production ready kit to be produced. And it's rather exciting. I'd like to get an LMR Lion. Well, you know, the Rapido one's going to be the best one, but the order book's just closed on that. You might be lucky and be able to get in there if you pre-order somewhere. But Rapido aren't taking orders now. And, you know, remember everyone, hydration is important. It feels forever since I've sat here, and it feels so good to be sat here again. Before the start of the break, I did not realise I was feeling burnt out. But sitting back here, as I have for the last week and a half, I've been back in here. And it really has made me notice how burnt out I was. So yeah, I did not plan on the break, but I needed it. I love running Lima 52S and I got from your shop website. Yeah, brilliant. I'm glad you do. Lovely locos, aren't they? Sounds good. Quite exciting realising it was you when we saw the order come through. So, I want to build lots of things tonight. I'm really excited. Probably shows. Which is why I bought a big pile of kits in. Even a nice brand new pair of Slater's kits that arrived with us less than a week ago. You'll notice they've stretched the picture on this one. That is the same picture on the front of both of those. Doesn't look it, does it? Indeed, Linny, D299s. And you'll see that as I move all this out of the way, it's been so good in here recently that we've had some upgrades to the workshop. Nice big block along the back that goes all the way round and all the way past the back of my tools and stops things falling down. There's no more gaps at the back of the workbench anywhere. There's no power cable running down here for the soldering iron. But if I, you know, actually turn the plug on, the soldering iron does work because it is finally wired in properly with the plug going down the back. And for important jobs like these, which need some paint, we've got a nice paint rack underneath the spray booth now. So, you know, the workshop has seen some upgrades. If I could print GIFs in here, Linny, I would make that command respond with the GIF. But I can't. I'm pretty sure I only have the one tin of this. The problem is I'm not sure it's much good. Can you get Streamlabs to play the GIF over your video feed? I don't know if I can get the command to do that. But that would be quite cool, wouldn't it? So yeah, we're going to ease ourselves back into this live streaming thing with a bit of paint. Apparently I never washed that brush. That's okay, I want this one. I believe you'll find Linny's comment was directed at Sophia. Get a couple of D299s, because everyone needs D299s. They're everywhere. So blooming many of them. There was 6 of this diagram of wagon for every single wagon the Brighton owned of any type, including things like brake vans and engineers departments and vehicles and stuff. Which is quite astounding, really, for one single diagram of wagon. I mean, you could get them from there. Just saying. Find out if they do trade accounts and how to sign up for one, and you can get them from the world's greatest model shop. Again, just saying. But yeah, what we have here is some Southeastern and Chatham 6-wheel pull push set. These were converted to pull push in 1912 from former London, Chatham and Dover carriages. And in that form were used behind P-classes. So the ideal accompaniment for the Hatton's P-class. As I say, soon to be available from Oak Hill Works. I need to get this set finished and photo ready for its promotional bits before then. In the meantime, if you are watching and you do want a set, the set will be available as a kit for £100. And you can drop me a message on any of the platforms I'm on: Discord, Twitter, RM Web, Smoke Signals, Carrier Pigeon. And we can make arrangements and I can get you a set made. No, I don't do fax, sorry. And thank you for the subscription, Ray Aquilina. Very much appreciated. And yes, as the bot says, remember to like, subscribe, although ring the notification bell, all those other wonderful things YouTube insists I tell you to do. Which I must say I've noticed you've been doing whilst I've not been here, and I very much appreciate it. We have stormed past the 600 subscriber mark now. We should be at 613, I believe, now. Which is incredible. I never expected this channel to get to 100, never mind 600. The support really does mean a lot. It's not Pico. Exactly, Sophia. Visit the shop in person. You could come visit the shop in person, but as currently, this is the only production set of this kit in existence. You might be better contacting me through other means, but yes, you can definitely come down to the shop. Once they are in full release, they will be available from the shop, and the shop will hold a stock of them as well. How long did they last till? That's a good question, and I cannot remember off the top of my head. Linny, quick. When did these go out of service? Oh, and they could also be seen behind the Terrier for at least part of its life. So, you know, another reason to have a set. So, quick question, Jerry. Will you do a face reveal? There are videos in which my face appearing will be necessary, yes. If you go back and watch all of my live streams, my face has appeared on the camera before. I can't tell you which ones, you just have to watch them all through from the first one. Cheap tactics to get watch time up. I don't know what you are talking about. Jet robots are far away, I'm afraid. 50 miles is too far to reach. Ah, oh, that's no good. You have to grow some longer arms, Linny. Don't believe they made it to BR days. I'd be surprised if they made it to BR days. Gary did face reveal at the Bluebell Fen Church birthday bash. I did. You're correct. And in fact, I do a face reveal 5 days a week. Tuesday to Saturday at Train Times Model Shop in Eastbourne. On the provided you believe I do have a face and I'm not just a floating pair of hands with a Batman t-shirt controlled by a chatbot. Because on the internet, no one knows you're a chatbot. Where is Eastbourne? On the south coast of England. It's about 70 miles south of London. It's probably more like 50 miles south of London. Free Coat set has Colonel Stephen vibes. It has more London, Chatham, Dover and South Eastern Chatham vibes, if I'm honest. But I can see where you're coming from. But yeah, the important things to remember to do are to make sure you order a set of these as soon as they come out. And to all go and order yourselves an E1 from Train Times Model Shop. in Brighton lined black, the only correct livery for a post-1905 E1. In fact, order two, because there's two different ones available. Towards Kent. I mean, you could say towards Kent. I'd say more in Sussex, but yeah. Speaking of alternate uses, well, it'll work as an alternate use for them. Eastbourne is near the town of Lewes. And Lewis, yeah. Lewis with an E, not an I. Thought Southern Black was correct for a post-1905 E1. Nah. Southern's not correct for anything. Although, yes, Will, they probably wore Southern Green at some point. I'd be surprised if they didn't last that long. Now, you want Brighton Black for a post-1905 E1. Okay, I have to visit your shop. It would be great if you did. That would be fantastic, Lewis. I would highly recommend it. And good evening, Johnny. How are you? I hope you are well. You join us applying some paint to the first product that shall be released from Oak Hill Works. It's very exciting. Doing right, sitting around doing nothing. I mean, there's worse ways to spend an evening. There's also better ways, like sitting around watching me paint carriages and other things that we won't mention here. Because who needs other ways when you can sit around and watch me paint carriages? Guessing SCR Lake you're using, you are correct. SCCR Coach Crimson, as they put it, yes. I can't make out the number anymore. Someone spilt the paint and covered it up. It's very silly of them, that was. Before I add any coupling mounts to this level, wagon, are you likely to want one, Gary? I think I am likely to want one, yes, Linny. Okay, you've seen my display cabinets. Wagons are always good. When you own a little shunting layout that you like, when you own a shunting layout, the correct number of wagons is more. Especially if they're interesting wagons. I want to finish painting something myself, but I'm not allowed to climb upstairs until my stitches get taken out. Stitches are not good. And yes, you should rest them and let them recover fully. Thank you, Linny. Much appreciated. And yes, it would. It'd be quite interesting for South Park glory shunting. So, how has everyone enjoyed their summer without me? Please do tell. And obviously not as much as you'd have enjoyed it with me. But as I say, I didn't know I needed a break. But it turns out I needed a break. We are glad you're back. Thank you, Bob. It's absolutely fantastic to be back. I have not felt as happy sitting here. I have not felt this happy sitting here for quite some time. And so before that unintentional break happened, I thought nothing of it. But yeah, for the whole summer, the workshop has not been being used at all. It has very much been used as a dumping ground. I've been doing all my repairs at the shop. Well, most of them. Last week, I spent a whole day in here, completely ripping it out, cleaning up everything, getting the whole place sorted, ready to stream on Sunday, and then something else came up and I had to take an extra week off. Nothing bad, thankfully. It's good to see you again, South Coast Morton. It's very good to have you back. Felt weird. I've also been playing GTA 5. Well, hey, GTA 5. Excellent. It's not been that long since I played GTA 5 through again. Completely random and off topic, but the Rapido E1s look amazing. Which LBSCR livery should I get? I'm not a huge fan of Southern BR liveries. You should get the LBSCR lined black version from Train Times Model Shop. That's the version you should get. Exclamation mark exclusives, exclamation mark collection in the chat to take you to the shop's exclusives. Exclamation mark shield, just because I'm such a shield. But honestly, kind of my thing. When it comes to E1s, feel free to ask me all the questions. Because for those that missed it, I was in Rapido's newsletter the other day. My friendship with Rapido is not as secret as it once was. See, the problem with the Umber livery is that they own none of them got umber before 1921. So it's a very late in the day livery, that. Evening, Tom. Just want to make sure things get done right, that's all. Exclusive, singular. Sophia, not exclusive, so I got that wrong. I will add the plurals in. I forgot to add the commands and added them whilst pre-stream chat was going on. At about the time you tried to use a command, in fact. That was what prompted me with that. Oh yeah, I should add commands for. Why are the E1Rs good then? They're not. That's the answer to that question. But yeah, I'm more than happy to be a consultant pedant when it comes to LBSCR things. If I can add a little bit in and make sure something comes out as accurately as possible, I will do that. Apparently they have goods green, upgrade green and number, no lined black. That seems to be Southern and BR. No, lined black is only available from Train Times Model Shop. It is an exclusive that my shop is doing. We are the only place to get it. True pedants only complain about inaccuracies after a product has been released. Well, I like to do things differently. Some might say better. I've let straight answer, so you wouldn't mind picking up a Jones Goods as well as an E1. Well, I hear there's a shop that can do you a fantastic price on both of them if you get in touch, Paul. Yeah, that is why I'm pushing the line black, Johnny, because it is exclusive to me. You cannot get it anywhere else. We got quite a few left. I wouldn't worry about them selling out too soon. There's a $32.99 deposit, and that's it. You I then have your one reserved. That's the wrong there, Will. Since I'm being a pedant, that's the wrong there. And I mean, you're welcome to go to Hatton's if you want to pay more. New Cross. New Cross is in lined black. It was the depot. It was assigned to New Cross Depot as in the engineering department. So it was used on departmental stuff and shunting at New Cross Depot rather than being a main service engine. But it is in lined black, the same as number 113. How nice it is to be back. Good evening, Alexander. It is fantastic to be back. How are you? You join us painting on the first Oak Hill Works product that will be released. The first actual production kit. And it's wonderful. You tell him, Sophia. So we've got one body painted. Kind of need to do the rest. They're quite a good fit, these clip together coaches. And good evening, North Eastern Attic Railway. Thank you for subscribing. Very much appreciated. It means a lot, and I hope you enjoy your stay at the works. God, it's good to be back here. I'd like to remind you all that hobbies are meant to be fun. If you're not enjoying it, stop for a bit. Oh yes, we mentioned computer games, didn't we? And playing GTA 5, yes. But I was going to say yes. Same. Not been that long since I played through GTA 5, but I have found myself recently playing DayZ. It's about zombies, for those that don't know. And I've got a new Xbox on the way to play it on. And yes, Sophia, you can tell me off on Tuesday if need be. setting up everything now. I don't usually do pre-orders, but this one is worth it. Yeah, so they're not going to sell out for a while, I don't think. But at the rate they're going, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them selling out on pre-order. Now, I'm not going to say it's likely that they will, but it's certainly possible at the rate they're selling. Get bullied into a new Xbox. I have a new Xbox on the way. You know enough to know what that means. They will be upset. But yeah, so hey, it's good to take a break from your hobbies occasionally, and sometimes playing some computer games is a good way to get away from it. Unless, of course, your hobby is computer games, then do some railway modelling to get away from it. This will be my first UK Rapido model. I have some US Canada Rapido models, but not UK. Aha, fantastic. I am glad to provide that service. That's another place I did a face reveal recently. I posted some promotional stuff for the E1 to the Brighton Circle Facebook group. And what's my Facebook picture is extremely old. It's got my face in it. And yes, Bob, you are right. Hydration is indeed important, as is buying yourself a mug from the merch store. Exclamation mark merch in the chat. Yeah, they're great. Hydration is important on one side. And they've got Terrier on the other. What more could you want in life? I have just realised that this one is a failed print. This means this is not the final body I printed, because I remember this one failing and me printing a new one. Oops. I have a collection of failed ones. I might do something with them one day. Because, you know, there's a lot of testing and development and ruining it that goes into these before you can happily release them. How is it failed? None of the failed ones any good as grounded bodies. Some of them will be, some of them won't be. This one, I had not set up the angling properly, and you can see here we're missing the top corner of the carriage. May I see the banhammer? Why do you want to see the banhammer, Lewis? You felt the banhammer quite personally in the past. Why would you want to feel it? To see it? Science them. I mean, science happens as part of the development process. You can make them one of those holiday homes that's built around the coast. Fancy modelling Dungeness. They weren't originally holiday homes either. No, they were not originally holiday homes. They were originally just homes. Not Sherlock either, now that we mention it. So I can say hammer time. Oh, God. I'm not sure it's worth it, if I'm honest, Lewis. Because I'd have to go and get it. And it is not actually currently in here because I've been using it. I know, right? Now you're hearing all my secrets. The workbench is so tidy because stuff isn't in here. I mean, admittedly, other than the hammer, the stuff that isn't in here is stuff that wasn't supposed to be in here, but that's not the point. Will the E1 be able to mount DCC and maybe sound? I know a lot of Rapido products have DCC sound now. So, at the moment, it will be possible to add DCC to the shop ones. There is no provision for purchasing it with such, but I do believe Rapido UK plan on making all of their sound chips available at some point in the future. Now, quite how long after the release that is, I don't know. But it has definitely been mentioned before. And yeah, it will definitely include a speaker. And yeah, it's not an inconvenience, Lewis, don't worry. It's absolutely fine. But you know, if enough people contact me and say, can we get DCC sound, I might be able to talk Rapido into selling me some sound chips separately. Which could then be fitted before shipping. But I'd need to have some solid numbers on people actually wanting them sound fitted first. And even then, I couldn't guarantee it. Good evening, Alan. Tonight, we've got a few things I want to do, but right now we are putting a coat of paint onto my new Southeastern and Chatham 6-wheel push-pull rake, which will, in the very near future, be available as a kit to purchase from me. How are you? And this is the first production Oakhill Works kit in its final version. So it needs prettying up for some photos. I'll have to actually finish it and varnish it and everything, and all the things I normally get too lazy to do. Really, I should have airbrushed the colour onto it. But there we go. And good evening, Javier. How are you? Nice looking kit. Thank you, Alan. Very much appreciated. So once this is out the door and existing orders are fulfilled, it should be followed reasonably quickly by some Brighton bits. Which are essentially ready to go. Airbrushing, you'll need a paint booth for that. Oh, I've got a paint booth. It's next to me. It's all nice and clear at the moment. There are other reasons we're not using it tonight. But it exists. Because I have a few outstanding orders for these. So I need to get them out, get them released, get the outstanding orders fulfilled. The pre-orders, I suppose they are, really. Before I can get the next kit on the production line. Doing alright at the moment, just stopped by to give the hello before I do the lawn. Been a fair minute since I've joined the modelling stream. It's been a while since I've done a modelling stream. It's good to be back. Hydration is important, everyone. Enjoy doing the lawn though, Javier. So that one went significantly quicker than the first one. Although when I'm timing the first one, that does include all the time we spent talking before starting, so... You know, let's see if we can get this one done even quicker though. Because this is the fun thing about live streams, it's challenging oneself to improve during the stream. And making these small little challenges even if it is just painting something quicker. But let's face it, I've been away for a while. A bit of painting and a couple of plastic kits is a good way to get back into streaming. Right, I shall be back once clippings have been slain. Enjoy. Speak to you soon. Although if that was my kids, that would mean I wouldn't see you for another 2 weeks, so... Speaking of challenges, who won on Saturday? I believe you did, off the top of my head. However, I did get 3 locos into DCC Fit and get them out again on Saturday, so that sort of tells you what sort of day I had. Or afternoon. DCC Fitting while you wait. I mean, yeah, essentially. They very much did wait. They went and looked around the shop and bought some scenic bits. Whilst I DCC fitted. Although it is great. I love being able to do that. If someone can bring something to me and take it home the same day, I always think that's fantastic. I'd love to be able to give everyone that level of service, but it's just not going to happen. Oh look, there's a link to my website. A website that desperately needs updating these days. I almost wrote a blog on there the other day. And then I almost recorded a video. And then I did neither of those things. I was going to give a breakdown of where I've been and why I haven't been streaming. Which actually started off with me not being well, so, you know. The break was very much unplanned. So had a couple of disappointing customers due to Kitgate. Yeah, we're going to get that. Well, it is a shame. But unfortunately, can't be helped. I do have a largish pile of second-hand stuff to go through on Tuesday. So maybe we'll have some slightly less disappointed customers. Don't mind me asking, what's Kitgate? An issue the shop had with some second-hand stuff, and that's all I'm going to say on it. While you have the Crimson out, don't forget to do soul bars and buffer beans. Yeah, I know. I know they need doing. There's a part of me that wasn't going to do them for the sake of getting it done and moving on to actually building something. But I should really. You are right. It makes sense to at least get the first coat on all the bits that can be done with the one colour. And I don't think half a stream dedicated to new release kits that are available from me is bad, because we aren't at that halfway point yet, so there's a very good chance that's all it could be. My thoughts SCR Pullman to be painted in Lake. A different lake to this one. It's Lady Alex you want to go to about that. She'll be able to give you all the details. My elbow's not so keen on sitting on this workbench like this painting these. It'll get over it. So even though it's a bit earlier than usual and Sophia doesn't get to say it, what's everyone up to this evening? And for the last few weeks? I enjoy hearing about what you've got going on whilst you're watching this, and, you know, we've missed a few weeks on it, so fill me in. Sounds like you needed some wagon wheel and come back to the chassis later. I mean, maybe. It wouldn't hurt. I mean, my elbow would, but that's not the point. Had nets, have finished my little wagon. I think I ought to get back onto that LSWR loco. I think you should as well, Linny. Reassembling Barclays. Oh, is it your fault my online banking's been down, is it, Tom? Doing nothing as I went out last night. Oh, yeah. Terrible. Never find me getting myself into that sort of state where I needed a whole day to rest and recover. Never, ever, ever. Doing a small Fox transfers order. Ooh, I need to do one actually, because I don't have the transfers for these. And that is a little bit silly. Buying PW size kits and trying to track down plans for the station building at Arsford. Aha. Excellent. So here we are, the final end on this one. No way I'm getting that neat with this brush, but when we do the roofs, we shall go in with a finer brush and be able to touch things up nicely. At least that's the plan. And good evening, Perplexed Mind. Welcome to your first time here. How are you? I hope you are well. You join us just finishing putting some paint onto some Southeastern Chatham 6-wheel coaches for a push-pull rake that will soon be available as a kit from myself. Not hungover though, just tired. Neither was I. I wasn't hungover. I don't know what you mean. Even Reading, PA, well known for railroading America on its monopoly. Aha, yes. Welcome from the other side of the pond. There we go. Let's put that away for now. PRR country. I mean, sounds like PRR country to me. Still a lot more paint in that. Way and clean my hand a bit now that it's covered in thinners. So it is 10 past 10. Can we get a wagon built before past? I reckon we can, you know. But which one? A 7-plank, a ballast, or a van? I'm going to refill the hydration because it is important. That's the end of that bottle. Yes. Van it is then, I guess. Oh look, there's the Patreon link for those who want to support over on the Patreon. Definitely no obligation, and don't do it. Especially if you're in the UK, because you know I hear there's energy bills to pay. Welcome back, Lewis. You join us just as we get ready. Put the South Eastern Chatham van together. Bit late for my period, being built 1918, but when have we ever let that bother us? Hydration is important, everyone. So this does not include the earlier brews. The big question is, what's everyone been doing this evening? We've just had that, but I'm happy for everyone to answer again if they want, and I'm definitely happy for you to answer the question, Lewis. I'd be disappointed if you didn't. I am building some kits and painting some kits. I realise that's quite shocking to hear. Let's start by getting some parts ready to use. as of right now, sitting here watching this. I mean, it's a good thing to do. It's how I recommend spending time. That or doing your own modelling. Or both. Both is always good. Laying in bed watching this wonderful stream while on Skype to my girlfriend. Excellent. Sounds good to me. My small fox transfer order is £31. You may have to wait. Darn transfers being expensive. What transfers are you getting, Lee? Do tell. I want to know what projects are coming up and what I have to look out for. God, I love how nicely Cambrian kits slot together. It's a beautiful fit. The problem, of course, is holding them in that position. There we are. Metallic gold, Southern Carriage branding, and BR crimson paint. Now, I know a model shop you could have got some BR crimson paint from the other day. And I know I have at least one pot of it in the shop. Oh, I've just stuck that to the wrong side. That was clever of me. Why did no one tell me? Car. Hopefully there won't be a flood of messages come through now that you sent before and they just didn't appear because of lag. I don't believe that's supposed to be able to glue to my finger. Plans changed since then. I'm even attempting to use enamel aerosol. Ooh. I mean, enamel's much better for aerosol than acrylic because it takes longer to dry. I have genuinely found in the past spraying acrylics and the paint is drying out before it reaches the model. Typing it when you realise. Yeah, yeah. That's what they all say. See, it's just designed to fall together. And it does it so well. Not sure why we need a planked interior. On the floor of the van. And I'm going to try enamel paint, as you should. Enamel paint is brilliant. Obviously, the floor is the same one used for the open ways. I mean, I assume that's what it is. Reading school brochures, definitely less fun than modelling, but I do have a glass of red wine to numb the pain. I mean, I approve of the glass of red wine to help, but yeah, I can see why that needs numbing. Convert to acrylic paint. See, I used to use acrylic. The fact that my enamels never go off and I can use them forever certainly helped me decide to move over to them. Because I do have some enamel paints in my collection that are nearly as old as me and are still good. I've certainly never had that with acrylic, and as I say, I find it much easier to spray with enamel. But both have their uses. I use acrylics when I want faster drying, such as when I'm painting figures. I use the Vallejo and I use the Vallejo acrylic range for them generally. Hydration is important, everyone. Plenty of flash on these. You can tell the mouldings are old. I have some 20-year-old bottles of Tamiya acrylic that I rehydrated and carried on using. Aha! Excellent. So I find in some applications I want the much longer drying time of enamels than, in fact, most applications for me these days. And in some I want the shorter time of acrylics. So both have their uses as far as I'm concerned. I want some bearings out the pot. And I want some 12mm whittles, really, don't I? Not that I'm sure which variety of wheels these would have had. Definitely not that ones. There seems to be quite a bias towards carriage wheels in my collection here. The Brighton D3 to paint in umber. Well, get on with it then. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of carriage wheels, not so many wagon wheels. Feel a bit silly that I ordered some new ones for these carriages because I've just pulled out enough blooming mansels to do it. Never mind. Alan's right, you know, Sophia. It's going to get some freehold disc wheels for now because I've got loads of those. It'll get them changed at the earliest opportunity. Should stand out next to the grey Chatham logo. It should stand out quite well next to the grey Chatham logos. Well, it's not quite finished by past, but If I hadn't spent so long looking for wheels, it might have been closer. It'll obviously be far superior to all those great Chatham locos as well, being a Brighton loco. Go bearings in. Nah. The H is just a wannabe D3. Wishes it could be such a loco. But we all know they all come from the D1 anyway. Such nice, easy kits to build these. Even if you don't use plastic weld to do it. We'll let that set properly. Side of it, that makes sense. some more on the outside of this, because it feels like that's the side it's wobbling on. And a bit more on the outside of this one as well. There we go. So that is genuinely how simple it is to build one of these. Now it just needs its actual brake handles adding, and then its buffers. And it's done. Nice, simple, easy kits. They really do not get any simpler than these. Although my ability to hold parts could be better. There we go. That is on. How much too long is this? Quite a bit. And really, I should have put it through before sticking that down, because the hole's not quite big enough for it to go through. There we are, it is now. Although I can't plastic weld that in place, that'll need some super glue in a minute. Fiddly stuff, this. Not that I think you were having trouble telling that. It does fit just right. Why? You know, of course, in all my infinite wisdom, one of the things I threw away was the thing I would normally put glue on. Let's use this bag. Just squirt a little bit of glue out. Let's stuck that side. That's stuck. That'll stick that side. And just a little bit on the back there. And now we'll put that out the way before we stick our arm in it, because that would not be good. Now we just need to get the parts for the buffers on. If I really thought ahead, I'd have loads of like sprung buffers and stuff just sat around to replace all these with. But I don't think ahead, so I don't. sticking out that way. That's not how this was meant to go. Never mind. There we go. Got it in the end. Where do you recommend getting free link couplings from? I personally use Smith's free link couplings, and these ones obviously came from Harbour Hobbies at some point. They're a scale link product. They're sold in various places. I generally get them wherever has stock. If I'm placing an order with a shop, I sometimes I'll just look and see if they have them and get an extra bag, get a bag thrown in with whatever I'm ordering. Honestly. For the time being, not from my shop, although hopefully that will change. Right, for my life and coaches to have them. Your coaches to have screw links rather than free links, but an excellent idea, Will. Hydration is important, everyone. And there we go. Uno Wagano. Ah, the brake is catching on that set of wheels. That's a pain. but nothing that can't be fixed. Still a little bit too tight. And good evening, Christopher. How are you? I hope you are well. It's good having a file that's just the right shape for brake shoes. There we go. Much better. Much better. We have a wagon. I'm me, hope all are well. I'm not a well. A well is a hole in the ground with water in the bottom. I am very much a person. So take that. You join us. See, we put some paint on our new carriage kits coming from Oak Hill Works, and we've just built a Cambrian Southeastern and Chatham van that runs better one way than the other. But it definitely runs all right now. And a reminder again to everyone that my shop has an exclusive Rapido LBSC E1 livery in lined black. Exclamation mark exclusive in the chat or exclamation mark collection in the chat will take you to all of our exclusive things we are doing, because there are also the Southeastern Chatham 6-wheel brakes, which there are very few of left to pre-order now. If you want one of those, as we're doing it, you really need to get that order in or you are going to miss out. They are very nearly all gone. Exclusive evening, Harry and all in chat. Good evening, Andy. How are you? I hope you are well. Those can go up there. I don't know what to do now. Those bodies are mostly dry now. This one's definitely dry. Definitely need a second coat on them, but I'm not doing a second coat now. Suppose I could get some paint on the salt bars and buffer beams. That wouldn't be a terrible thing to do. There's my brush. So it shouldn't take much to get these done. They're a lot smaller than the actual bodies. Wonderful detail work by our tame CAD artist on these. And I am really looking forward to having the first sets out there in people's hands in the coming weeks. I still love seeing that written on the bottom. It's fantastic. So the body is a one-piece print, but the chassis comes in multiple parts for you to stick together. And a blob of super glue does it quite nicely. They're really straightforward actually, it's really hard to get them wrong, but there will also be instructions provided with a map of how everything goes together. That wants to go this way round. They've got close coupling bars as part of the kit. Two different lengths, so that you can have them really nice and close together. We've got a slightly longer bar, gives them a bit more gap and allows them to go round much tighter curves. This is the shorter bar on these ones. So it gives a nice, much more realistic distance between the coaches. And being a single bar coupling also holds them rigid, so the entire set moves as a single unit, as a set of coaches would. Because of course in reality they would be buffer to buffer. They're really nice and easy to use. And that there is them coupled. You can see them move as if they were one. These will also need lining out in this livery, which will be fun. That will be a project for the bow pen. So perhaps I'll get lots and lots of bow pen practicing through the week and we can line them out next weekend. Perhaps. I make no guarantees on that. I do have lots of other more exciting projects to work on as well. More locos. Some brass coaches. Discord mods, could someone deal with that, please? That is against the rules, that message that's just gone up. A warning to go with it would be nice. If any of you are still here with me, that is. I'm getting no updates on this chat. Definitely be there to learn bow pen. Excellent. I'll have to get lots of practicing. So I've got some nice bow pens now. Can't see it. In shameless self-promotion, there is a rule against promoting things that clash with the live stream. So if the promotion could be deleted and a warning message to that put in its place. People have been banned from the Discord for doing it before. See, just because I'm not watching doesn't mean I'm not watching. Hydration is important, everyone. So we've got a nice Draftsman bow pen with the bit that flips out the side for cleaning and stuff, so you don't have to undo it. I'm so confused what's going on in the chat. Please, can someone tell me? What are you confused about? There was a message on Discord that was against the rules, and I asked for that. Nothing to do with on here. And then we have the fancy bow pen, that we will not be using next week for getting nice curves and stuff. And this one is from St. Rollock's Locomotive Works, which is quite cool. Nice to have you back and yourself here, Gary. I've got to say good night now. I'll catch you next week, if not sooner. Good night, Paderborn. Good to have you here. It's been fantastic being back. Sleep well and don't work too hard. I did call Discord mods. Because this thing on my wrist tells me all these messages. I am always watching. Not at all, Lewis. It's fine. You do not have to apologise for being confused. Put that paint away for now. See, now I don't know what to do next. 50 minutes to go. Not a clue. It's very light, that. It's going to need some weight. Luckily, I've got some. As are these, actually. They're also very light. So it'll be right now because I updated it earlier. I'm sure I'd updated it before, and I definitely don't remember leaving it with incorrect numbers on it. Yeah, what shall we do now, everyone? Oh no, we're not singing. I use car tyre balance weights for the 6-wheelers, 2 10-gram weights on the chassis, one at each end. Works nicely. It's funny you should say that, really. Trying to think so much Jeff, the culture taking off the canopy mask damage, but I will try. Because, yeah, they are very much what I plan on using. I'm not singing it. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not feeling 100%. I don't think I could sing it at the moment. Honestly. I think there's been a bit too many fumes in here for me this evening. Need to get some weights. Fortunately, I live right by a car repair shop. Well, get some then. I mean, that is a good idea, Lenny. It would look great with some paint on it, wouldn't it? My little man immortal. Something for you, Gary. Go on. You going to sing it for me, Lewis? I need to get these erudited in at some point as well. Is it to be South Park Quarry Blue? I think so, yes. which I have here. South Park Quarry Blue. No. Yes, it is number 25. Why, thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it. It's Humbrol 25 and it's bordered with brighter umber. The lighter umber, not actual the darker border umber, the lighter umber. And then lined white, black, white. Look at me knowing words and things. Oh dear, that's not been sealed properly. Where's my thinners so we can There's a nice logo. Line into. Oh yes, line into. Gorgeous logo, Tom. Obviously designed by someone very talented. I put a syringe in here for doing this. Where did I put it? That is the question. There it is. I agree, Lewis. I love a Man Immortal too. Which is why I've got so many of them. No, we don't get the Man Immortal command. I've not got that many. And most of them are still in kit form. Get that hair out of there. Go. Love to get a few for my layout, although my layout is Great Western themed, but my layout is called the Avonbanks Valley Railway. Well, there's nothing to say you can't have an industry somewhere with some Man Immortals. Now I've got this one. I've got a Millwall Extension Railway Man Immortal. I've got a K class. I've got an E class. I've got my scratch built one that is a freelance design based on I think it was drawings for the M that I had, but it got significantly shortened and cut down. If Japanese government rails had to, I'm sure any UK line can. Exactly. But yeah, I'm not short on Manning Wardles, and it would be nice to be able to do some shunting on South Park with a Manning Wardle. So I'm really looking forward to the K-Class build. It's an RT Models brass one, that is. And it looks like the most complicated kit that we've had on the stream. So it really will be a fun one to do. Good evening, nice to see the stream back again. Good evening, Richard. It is absolutely fantastic to be back. So obviously the month-long break started because I wasn't well that time, but whilst it was an unintentional month-long break, it was very much needed. And I think if I can keep my breaks down to roughly once every 3 years, we'll be all right. Shouldn't get too many complaints. Do you have a Manning Wardle L class? Not currently. Doesn't mean I won't end up with one though. Is there a kit for the L class out there? I'm sure there probably is. What will your engine's name be? Should be accidental. Oh my god, that's brilliant. That's brilliant, Sophia. So I want to call it something along those lines now. Accidental, accident, something like that. But I'll need an in-law reason for its name. So the real reason is because we accidentally built it at the end of the last live stream. Just read another wardle from the IPA tank. It can join the three on my desk already, plus a chassis for another. Excellent, Tom. That's what I like to hear. Manning wardles are a bit like wagons. When you have a small shunting layout, the correct number of Manning wardles is more. But yeah, I love the idea of naming it accident or accidental or something like that in honour of the fact we built it by accident at the end of the live stream. And I say, for that I need an in-universe reason for the name. I don't really want to take this apart, but I kinda have to. I mean, I probably could have got away with leaving the boiler black, but A, I don't want to, and B, I don't want to. Enjoy it from the NWR. Any weird name, it's fine. Maybe anyone's buffering. I'll take it apart. It's not that hard. No, I know it's not. Means I've got to go get me tool, which is so far away. It's all the way up there in my box that goes to the shop. And look, Lewis, just for you, I bought this back in the room. I'm guessing you're this side? No, maybe you're this side. Definitely not. I just hadn't got it lined up properly. That's what it was. Oh, it's been on. Well, good evening, Kevin. I am very well at the moment, thank you. How are you? It has indeed been a while. And I hope you are well. All grass is no more. Hey, well done, Javier. Much faster than my kids can cut grass. Feel free to go see that, Gary. Okay, Andy, enjoy your dinner. Thank you for coming by. Great to speak to you as always. That one seemed to go on forever. Now we want to actually pop the wheels out. There we go. Happy now, Tom? Don't actually want to use this brush for doing the wheels. It's too big and too all over the place. That was the only 2 or 3 need incentive. Did you try? You're on a stick. They only ever do it when they're forced to, and they take forever, so I'm not sure Terry on a stick would help. Well, I kid you not, Javier. There are times in the past where the kids have gone to mow the lawn, and it's taken them 2 days. And I don't have a big lawn. Right, well done. My competition on the build 30 minutes before the deadline. Time to grab a drink. Good plan. Hydration is important. Glad to hear your model is done in time for the deadline. I can't put it down now until This side's painted, and I can put it down flat. Yeah, the correct way wheels go. I suppose not really flat, that makes no sense. Put it down on its tyres. It will definitely look better for not having a green chassis though. What are they doing for take 2 days cutting the grass? With garden shears? You'd think so, wouldn't you? My daughter always insists on cutting the whole lawn, with the strimmer rather than the lawnmower. And she'll stop every 5 seconds to look at what she's done. And it's all like, go out there with a lawnmower, you'll have both gardens done in less than an hour. Spent a good chunk of today masking up wheels for painting. Brush is certainly easier, but not when you only have the spray version of the colour. Yeah, I'm not a fan of spraying wheels. Just because of the masking up. I've done it before, but yeah, if I can avoid it, I'd much rather brush paint them. I mean, the even easier thing would be to draw up some Manning Wardle pattern wheel centres that fit the Peckett chassis and take the Peckett crank pins and paint them before putting them in the tyres. I have no idea how feasible that is, though. By 2023, your lawn will be cut, Gary. That's the dream, Lewis. That's the dream. And there we go. There's the entire chassis paint. Oh no, I've got to do the front of them as well. While you're there, can you measure the Peckett axle diameter? You know what? Since you asked nicely, I'll grab the calipers. So this is why you wanted me to take it apart, really, eh? There you go. 2 mil. Or close enough. French blue, I believe that is. This is Humbrol 25, which I believe is just listed as blue. Cheers, it's slightly awkward size, unfortunately. Easy to get out of, but not self-quartering ones. Yeah. Getting an autonomous lawnmower. No, my lawn's not big enough for that, Lewis. French is a gloss. Aha, this is not a gloss. Dry enough to get a second coat on the loco. Let's do it. Does Scale Link not sell 2mm self-quartering axles? Obviously, that's not a long-term solution because they're closing. Well, there's the GW models wheel quartering jig, which I've got one of. Definitely need to get myself some more Humbrol 25. This is nearly empty. I'm telling you, 3 ones not as a fast chassis, but not 2 ones. Ah, that's a pain. Don't know why I thought they did 2mm axles as well. Probably a bit late to ask him to extend the range as he prepares to retire as well. 2 mil axles for tender bogey coach and wagon wheels. Yeah. As is, I believe, pretty standard. So join our last live stream. We ran out of things to do 20 minutes from the end and accidentally built this loco. And here we are at the end of this live stream, running out of things to do. And painting it. Did use 2 mil axles on my Bolton's loco 3D printing wheel centres, but it's Payne's quarter. Fair. Okay, these are 2 mil and then they've got bearings on them. That hole through these is substantially bigger than 2 mil, I reckon. Yeah, so your space through here, if you didn't use the bearings, is 3 mil. So I'm guessing that's 3 mil over bearings. Yeah, 3 mil over the bearings. So you could potentially get away with 3 mil axles through one of these chassis. In fact, I wonder. I'll take the wheels off one. Ah, that's true. Look at you and your brain. Don't know why I felt the need to take the wheel off. Actually, it'll fit in there, won't it? I mean, that's in. Goes round all right. It's a heck of an upgrade to the driving wheel size, isn't it? Don't suppose these carriages have seen anywhere near GWR line, would they? Unfortunately not, no. They are South Eastern and Chatham pull push, and they were very much South Eastern Chatham branch lines. If you wanted to justify them somewhere else, you'd really need something like a Colonel Stevens line that you could realistically say would have bought something like that. Sounds like it did a bit, yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. It went in and it fit, but there was no slop in there at all. And sometimes a bit of slop's good. So we're obviously not getting this back together tonight, so I should put it back together tomorrow, when none of you can see. I might even try and see if I've got a nice little small DCC chip I can fit in it. Getting the gear to fit the issue, I might be able to find a replacement if we know a mod size. Yeah, it would definitely be. the awkward bit. What about a 3D printed replacement gear? On the subject, let's grab my last big batch of his wheels. He ought to be closing shop come the new year. I don't know when it is, but yes, definitely get orders in. Yeah, the 240 I got from you is 3D printed gears, isn't it, Tom? And now that it's had some fettling, they run fine. Not a huge fan of 3D printed gears. A bit more frictiony and less precise, but they can work. I've got one in the drivetrain loco at the moment and it works. Yeah, so I mean, it's an option, but I can see why you're not a fan of it as an option, but it exists. You have 5 minutes left, everyone. If it's Hornby standard gear, it would be a Modo 0.4, which for adjustable cab Model 4. So if you want to have a go, I can output an STL for you. I mean, I would definitely like to get it Manning Wardle pattern wheels. I think they would make a huge improvement to it. It won't look so much like it's on a Peckett chassis then. Whether I would actually ever get round to playing with it and doing it is another matter. Manuals, class and hunters. Yeah, industrial locos are great, Lewis. Good night, Kevin. I also have cab for the correct wheels if that helps your decision. I mean, it would definitely help my decision, yes. But I also have a wheel quartering jig that I could use to quarter them and keep them on the original axles. So yeah. Well, to get on another industrial is a bit different than my usual itinerary in a good way. Yeah, yeah, you should. I love a nice little industrial engine. I wonder what Chris was doing this evening. Maybe he's kit building. He certainly was earlier. Doesn't really want a black floor in the cab, but it's getting one. That's good that you enjoyed his videos. No, you got paint on there. So it is now 1 minute past midnight. So it is time for us to call it there. I am afraid. Don't know what I'm afraid of, but apparently I am. But I think we've made rather good progress on that. I really want to paint this smoke box before we go. It's so close to being done. And it'll look so much better with it painted. So I'll stay on a couple of minutes. Just don't tell anyone. If you don't tell anyone, they'll never know that we ran over a few minutes to paint a smoke box. There we go. Smoke box done. So, it has been fantastic to be here, everyone. Just go up Andrew Barclay. Well, Rich Cohorst. That's not how people say it. I had a great time. I hope you have too. It has been absolutely fantastic to be back. Looking forward to next weekend already. I'll try not to take a month off unannounced again. But, you know, make sure you look after yourselves out there. Because it turns out sometimes you can get completely burnt out and not even notice, which is what happened to me. So, yeah, thank you for coming. I've had a great time. I hope you have too. I've been Gary. This has been Let's Build. You've been awesome as always. Good night.